Jimmy Bermudez thought his country was about to turn the page on war forever. One of the many victims of the armed conflict with the FARC, he lost his leg to a landmine and expected a definitive yes in the referendum on whether to enforce a peace agreement with the guerrilla group. In this village, tucked away in the mountains of southwest Colombia, 52 years of fighting has left its mark on the people, their spirit, and the landscape. Here, the yes vote won by a landslide. 84% of voters were in favor of the peace deal.
I was among those who voted yes, because I don't want any more war. I don't want there to be more deaths. I don't want more people displaced. I want people to return to the countryside, because right now it's been abandoned. Why? Because of the war.
For 4 years, negotiations between the government and the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, taking place in Havana, followed one guideline. The victims of the conflict ought to be at the heart of the treaty. At the end of August, the Colombian government decreed a permanent bilateral ceasefire, and negotiations concluded a few weeks later. Peace was around the corner. All that remained was the approval of the Colombian people. But with less than a 1% difference in the vote, the deal was rejected.
We all think that these arguments that were made over there should have been discussed with the Colombian people, because it shouldn't have been done so quickly, like they did in Havana.
Amnesty for certain crimes and the FARC's participation in politics, 2 items in the agreement, were main causes for its rejection.
The coherent thing would be to vote no. I voted no because it would be very difficult for Colombia to be led by guerrillas.
Experts speak of a highly polarized Colombia and of a future full of uncertainty. However, the country is unlikely to return to war, as the possibility of a new national pact with some changes to the deal seems favored. President Juan Manuel Santos, whose main campaign promise was to get the deal signed, has already announced a new phase of talks with the guerrillas.
The FARC are left tremendously fortified. Today, the decision of whether or not to continue with the war, or whether or not to negotiate, of what to negotiate, when and with whom, lies with the FARC.
Over the decades, the conflict has left 260,000 dead, 45,000 missing, and almost 7 million displaced. Colombia's no to the peace deal greatly surprised the international community and tremendously disappointed many who have suffered from the violence up close.